Before anything else, we need to be clear about this. This strategy only works if communication does, and we have to take that seriously. Not as an afterthought, not as something that just happens, but something we choose to do well every single day. Let me guess, your day starts by opening your inbox or Teams. You sigh and then brace yourself for the messages you've been avoiding, the endless CC chains you're not sure if you're responsible or how it's even relevant to you, and that constant nagging feeling that you've missed something important. You don't even know where to start. That feeling isn't because you don't care. It isn't because you aren't trying. It's happening because somewhere along the way, communication stopped feeling personal and started to feel transactional. And that's why we're changing it. Good communication doesn't just happen. It's something we choose to do for each other. At its best, it doesn't feel like effort. It feels like clarity, and clarity is kindness. Because when communication breaks down, everything gets heavier. Work gets duplicated, messages get passed around, people feel anxious, and teams feel disconnected. And clients miss out. Everyone is working harder but achieving less. So we took a step back and asked, what if the problem isn't just about how much we're communicating, but how we're doing it? What if sending something quickly isn't the same as sending it clearly or kindly? What if communication isn't just about efficiency, but about connection? That's the heart of this strategy. It isn't just about sending something to tick it off your list. It's about thinking about the person on the other end. It's about asking before we hit send, who am I communicating with? What do they actually need to know? And what am I asking them to do? But most importantly, have I made that clear? Because when we don't pause, someone else pays later. In confusion, in stress, in extra work, and that's not fair. We've also fallen into a bit of a habit with how we communicate across the organization. We send things out, people read them, and that's kind of where it ends. It's one way, dropped into your inbox. There isn't really a space to respond, no room for conversation or feedback, so you read it and switch off. Instead, we're trying to make this easier for everyone. Clearer messages with more thought behind what we send. Emails that help you understand exactly what matters and what you need to do. And a hub that actually supports your day-to-day work. Not just somewhere to check in, but somewhere to find what you need. Filled with resources that reduce the mental load instead of adding to it. And Beaver Engage, a space to share, connect, and celebrate who we are and what we do at St. Anne's. That sense of St. Anne's energy, the feeling when you get when you're a part of something. A real space to respond, to ask questions, to share what's working so that it becomes a conversation, not a message. A space where people can ask, share, challenge, and feel heard. Because feeling heard isn't just a feeling, it's an action. People know when they've been heard when something changes. When feedback leads to movement, when someone says, we heard you and here's what we did. This is how you build trust through communication. Quietly, repeatedly, and over time. And we don't expect you to be perfect. We work in a world of urgency. Things move quickly, mistakes happen. We just want to build a practice of communicating better, trying, learning, owning when we get it wrong, and trying again. Because communication isn't something you just master. It's also something you nurture. But this isn't just the responsibility of the comms team or leadership. It belongs to all of us. Because every message we send shapes the culture we work in. Every pause before we hit send makes a difference. Every moment of thought for the person on the other end counts. So if you take away one thing from today, let it be that good communication works when we remember this. There's a person behind every message, busy, doing their best, trying to make sense of what's in front of them. a person who wants to do their best work and feel valued while doing it. This is how we're communicating across the organization. Not by sending more, but by sending things that are clearer. Not by adding noise, but by making a space for people to respond, and by making communication something we do with each other, not at each other. And if we get this right, our work will feel clearer. We'll know what we're doing and what matters most. The trust between our teams will grow. People will feel calmer because they're informed and not constantly trying to catch up. Clients will get a better service because they understand what's available to them, and community will replace the noise in our inbox. So yes, we have to take communication seriously. We need to be clear. We need to be kind. We need to not leave each other guessing, because this is on all of us. Thank you.